Hi everybody, it's Kelly with 94.7 BlairRadio.com, and we get to go and enjoy a little bit of time here at the Jeanette Animal Shelter, and we are talking about cats and kittens and springtime, and that is, again, a need right now is coming up because there are plenty of animals being born and coming out and coming into the shelter. So Kelly is one of the volunteers right here. You actually crawl in with the animals, right?
I do. I climb right in their cage.
Yeah. So wanted to introduce some of the new arrivals here.
Yes, we have a mama kitten. Her name is Petunia. Then we have her babies. We have Cosmo, Chrysanthemum, and Bud. Let me see if I can get Bud out for you here. Bud
And so these, how old are these kittens?
That,
look at that.
They're maybe a few weeks old.
Just
I
a
think
few
at this
weeks
point.
old, yeah. Eyes are open, they're
Eyes
alert.
are just starting to open. This one here is going to be a little special need. The umbilical cord got wrapped around the leg, so it's missing part of that. We just took the stitches out this morning.
Okay.
So we're always in need of foster homes for the mamas and babies as they come in. We sometimes get pregnant ones in that haven't been spayed, so we'll need homes for them just so the stressful environment of the shelter doesn't stress them out. So we're always looking for new foster homes for all of our babies.
So really you're looking for foster homes for them to be able to give birth at?
Yes, to give birth at. Sometimes we get them in after they've just given birth, so they'll get them as they're like this age. We try to get them out of here as soon as possible, just so that the kittens and the mom don't get too stressed out with the dogs barking and all the other smells and everything going on.
Now with kittens, adopting that out, is that kind of an interesting challenge because they're with spay, neuter, all that stuff. It's pretty young. You have to wait a while before they can be released.
You do. Usually, we can sometimes have them adopted out as kittens if they sign a spay and neuter agreement, which means then they'd have to have them spayed and neutered. I want to say they do it around 6 months. Yeah. The staff knows more about that than I do because
Right.
I'm just a volunteer, so
Yeah.
I don't get in on most of that.
And they can go to a home, I think, with about 6 to 7 weeks. They could go into a home. But
Okay.
we try to, if at all possible, wait till about 6 months just so they're kind of more developed. And so, again, just like Kelly said, if you sign the waiver that you will get them fixed, it's a little bit of a cheaper adoption fee because then that would go to the adoptive family would then
Right.
pay to have them spay neutered.
Right.
And
we try to make sure they're weaned off mom and that they're old enough to get their vaccinations. So they get usually the flea and tick meds, vaccination, and we try to get them their distemper, but sometimes I think they might have to wait for that one or rabies. I think they have to wait until they get spayed and neutered.
And you can see the loving mom right here. So who would not want to be able to foster that, to be able to see?
she's so friendly.
So
She's a
this
very
Mama is
mom
super
and
friendly.
again some adorable kittens. The difficulty is then when you foster, then you don't want to give them back, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
And what do we call that?
We call that a foster fail.
Foster fail.
And we've all done it.
Yep.
So how many foster homes do you need?
It kind of varies from time to time. So sometimes we try to get fosters for our older cats too, but we never know how many moms and kittens we're going to get in. So it really varies. We'd love to have probably 10 to 20 just on hand that we can call. And sometimes when we have senior cats, a lot of times they'll
Right.
get turned in because people don't want to take care of them into their old age. So we have some in foster homes right now for that reason.
Yep. Almost
so-
a hospice.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
a hospice. Yep.
Yeah. Long-term care.
Just so they don't have to sit in the cage and look bored. And
Yeah. So at this point, so you have, how does somebody qualify to be a foster?
So you would apply online just as an adoption or a foster, and really it can be in an apartment. Cats are a bit easier, so we just want to know what kind of animals you have in the home, kids, that kind of thing, because it would be different for whom we would select to have go into your home.
Sure.
But yeah, we're just looking for on-hand foster applications now, so then as those kittens and mamas pop up, we can say, hey, we got this litter and let's go ahead and get them into a home as soon as possible.
Or we're about to have a litter, so let's
Yes.
get them in the home
That's
before
right.
that happens.
and
Yes.
the staff here tries to match them that way so that they'll match like an experienced foster person with maybe a mom that might have more issues or things like that. So they'll try to put them into the right home just so that the new foster doesn't get totally
Right.
scared away.
Yeah. And,
Things like that.
And then as they're a foster home, are they responsible for the food and everything like that?
We provide all of the food, things like that. If they take them to the vet, I think we provide the medical care if that happens.
Anything in a foster home we will pay for. So we can do your carriers, your dog cages, food, sometimes toys, bedding, anything you need, you're out of pocket, nothing.
Yep.
And then we would, sometimes if you're able to take them to the vet for us, it would obviously be billed to us. If not, we can always still take them to the vet too if they need to go to the vet.
The only time that changes is when they become the foster fail.
Yes, then they're on their own.
Then they actually do the full adoption.
Yeah.
And so again, it's a big need having foster homes. But then if you're providing food and everything like that, that creates other needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what else does the Jeanette Hunt Animal Shelter need?
Yep, so right now we need dry kitten food. So we usually do Purina 1 and Purina. We are looking for metal litter boxes. We're going to try to move out to the metal litter boxes, and we don't have any. So we do need those so that we can keep everything disinfected. So we're not going to be containing anything passing on illnesses, etc. We are looking for heating pads for the mamas and the kittens, and cat carriers, because sometimes when people come in, that's something that they had forgotten, so they can borrow ours. We do need that. And then that's it for the kitten stuff. But one thing we are in need of is an industrial mop and mop bucket. So
Really?
something that you would have a big old fancy.
Just a big, put the mop in, wring it out.
That's right. We need an industrial mop, and so that is going to be. We've got several things on our wish list. Still, our Amazon wish list is updated.
Okay.
And since our last time we met with you, we had gotten so many of our needs met.
Excellent.
And so that was, now we're just going, okay, we do need a mop. Later we'll need a grill,
Right.
a lawnmower, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we have been the community has just been outpouring to us. And almost where we didn't have space. So we had to scramble and get everything out to the shed and organize. So we thank everybody for all of the donations. But those are the big things right now for the kittens.
Yeah, so again, if you have a mop or you can get a mop in the industrial bucket, imagine that, animals needing to clean up.
That's right.
So that's, if you have to go through that at home, just imagine what the shelter has to do that as well. And then again, Amazon wish list, so people can go and just look it up.
Yep, they can go to our Facebook page or website. It'll take you right to the Amazon wish list. We also have the Chewy wish list. And then for any kind of right-away needs, we usually just post it up on our Facebook, and our community usually follows through, so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for supporting such a great cause and great animals, because being able to help them with spay, neuter, have them have great homes. Again, that gives every animal the opportunity to have a loved life. So continue to pour that love out, and you can learn more by going to the Jeanette Hunt Animal Shelter's Facebook page. Click on all of the details there, or the website. And again, thank you for your support. Keep it up. And again, thank you, Blair, Washington County, the surrounding area, for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you.